Pete Hoekstra, who is the American ambassador to Canada, reassured Canadians a little less than a week ago that as far as he was concerned, and as far as President Donald Trump was concerned, there'd be no more talk about making Canada the 51st state. Well, frankly, I'll believe that when I don't hear it. I can't imagine Trump resisting the temptation to poke and goad and needle at Canada. It's just in his way. He's a bully. That's how they do those things. But it would be nice if President Trump would talk less about annexing Canada. There's nothing the United States can do to annex us anyway. This has always been what's perplexed me about this whole issue, is that there is no international body that the United States may go to try and get permission to annex Canada. Unless we in Canada voted in a referendum to ask the United States to become their 51st state, it's never going to happen short of a military invasion. And even Trump has said he's not interested in invading Canada, just annexing it. He's going to squeeze us so hard that we finally beg for permission to become part of the United States. But if we don't ever ask, then he can't annex us. There's no way he can do that. But it sure would be nice, even with that assurance, if Trump would just shut up about making us the 51st state. He influenced our recent federal election. He's influencing our current politics. Just be quiet, Donald. Now, there aren't many ways for Canadians to strike back against Trump's annexation threats and his tariff policies. But there is one, and Canadians seem to be taking advantage of it. Don't travel to the United States if you can avoid it. Lots of people have houses down there. I get that. You go down, you've gone down every winter for the last 25 winters. It's okay. Keep going. Because our quibble isn't really with Americans. It's with Trump. Oh, sure, there are Americans who apologize for Trump, who try and explain away Trump, who sometimes even agree with him. Lots of Americans have never heard much about Canada, as surprising as that sounds. So all they've heard now since Trump's been in office is we rip them off on trade. We're a nasty country to deal with. We cheat. We get $200 billion in subsidies from them every year on trade. All of that is hogwash. Total, unadulterated hogwash. But if you've never heard anything else, well, maybe you're going to start to believe that stuff. So there are some Americans who are disliking Canada, who are throwing up roadblocks to Canadian visitors and Canadian business. But by and large, our quarrel is not with the Americans, it's with Trump. But still, there's really only one way we can strike back and be felt. And that is to stop from going to American resorts and American border towns, American events that a lot of us have always enjoyed. It's only then that Americans will feel the pinch and they will put pressure on their congressional delegations and maybe on the White House to stop their tariff insanity. I don't think much is going to influence Trump. I really don't hold out a lot of hope for that. But if you want to strike back, the only way you can do that, in many cases, is to not travel to the United States. Already, Canadian trips to Europe are up about 13% for this coming summer, and they are down about 40% into the United States. So Canadians are exercising their ability to boycott U.S. travel. And that, I think, is one of the only ways we can reach out and have an influence. For Postmedia, I'm Lorne Gunter.